Alright, so we have a banger here. So it's Billy Quarantillo versus Gabriel Benitez. So both these guys have quite, different styles. Billy Q likes to come forward and then really get in your face. And Mowgli is the type of guy that's going to walk you onto his kicks, and he likes to take the back foot. And he does have very nice kicks. And that's going to be open for him here in the Southpaw versus Orthodox, dynamic that we got. He has very nice body kicks, very nice high kicks, nice inside low kicks. Billy Q likes to use teeps to continue that forward pressure of his, kind of push you back and then, stay on the front foot. But everything he throws, with his hands is very looping. It's a big wide right hook, or it's a big wide left hook, or it's a winging right hook, or a overhand right when the opponent's moving to the left, or an uppercut under a high guard if the opponent's using a high guard. But everything is looping, and I think Benitez, he also has the better hands. His hands are nice too, like he's got nice straight left. He doesn't forget about going to the body. He's always, mixing in body shots with combinations. If the opponent's using a high guard, then he looks to, rip body shots under their high guard. And I think Billy Q is going to go the clinch or the takedown approach here. His go-to takedown is that step-in lead leg trip, but that's not going to be open here because of the, the opposing stance. And I'll get into that in a sec. He'll also drive a double leg to the fence and then try and get you down from there. He is very aggressive on top, but he can get a little too aggressive with his ground and pound, or just too eager with advancing position and just lose the position, and then, the fight's back on the feet. And why I think this is the path to victory for Billy Q is that Benitez, he has had problems with, wrestlers and grapplers in the past. He lets opponents get onto his hips quite easily and control him from that position. If you do try and get him down though, if you do get him down, I should say, he is very hard to hold down, and he is, quite scrambly and good at getting back to his feet. Also, you have to watch out for the guillotine if you do shoot on Mowgli Benitez. His guillotine's actually pretty nice. How these guys win fights? So, for Billy Q, he has good volume, good cardio, pushes a crazy pace, and the pressure that he puts on guys, it will cook them. If he's not getting absolutely marked up and he isn't facing someone who can, angle off, then generally he's going to cook them with the amount of pressure that he puts on. But Benitez, he does have a solid stand-up game, as I alluded to before. And Billy Q is just very hittable. Head on center line constantly, predictable movement, always coming forward, always, he's always going to be walking onto your shots. And I think that's what Benitez is going to look to do here. Just walk him onto all of his techniques, all of his kicks. And Billy Q, when he faces good grapplers, he seems to struggle. Like the Kamala Kirk fight, the Gavin Tucker fight, I guess. And a bunch of others in the past. Even Spike Carlisle, it was quite a close fight. He did struggle with the grappling of Spike Carlisle. So, yeah, it is what it is. And for Benitez, as I said before, he has had trouble with grapplers in the past. I think he has subpar takedown defense from what I've seen. No one's tried to take him down in a while. Also, you got to give him the benefit of the doubt that he has been improving that part of his game. He trains at AKA with a bunch of Dagestani wrestling beasts, so he's got to be improving. It would be impossible not to improve your wrestling with the type of training partners that he's bound to get. Path to victory for these two. So we'll go Billy. Suffocating pressure. Don't give him any space to let off his kicks. Look to clinch up often. Look for trips, knees in the clinch. Just clinch offense. And for Benitez, look for body kicks and then high kicks and southpaw. Obviously going to be open, mirrored stance. Rip the body and then look for body work in general. I mean, Gavin Tucker wrote the blueprint on that in terms of, how to fight Billy Quarantillo. And that's how you level the playing field with Billy Q, because he does have crazy cardio and a crazy pace that he will push on you. Also low calf kicks when he's in southpaw, because he will switch at times, but then look for the inside low calf kick when he's in orthodox. Look to angle off on your shots, because his reaction to strikes is just to keep on crashing forward. And Gavin Tucker exploited this really well. Every time he hit Billy, he would just angle off and let Billy just kind of walk through in a straight line, just kind of staggering forward. You got to really see that kind of stuff and take advantage of that, because, he's not that guy who's going to catch you with a quick, sharp check right hook or a check left hook if you are angling off to one side. You got to really just kind of angle off and make him look silly a little bit. Also, intercepting straight knees when he comes crashing forward, like the one you landed on Justin James. I think that's going to be on in this fight. I think Gavin Tucker had a few good knees, just straight knees on the feet when Billy was just crashing forward, because, you know, he's going to be there. He's going to walk into it. Just look for the knees. And when you do clinch up, look for knees in the body in the clinch. Just try and dissuade him from, you know, just constantly entering the clinch. And if he does shoot, look for that guillotine to just kind of threaten, but, you know, primarily use it just to stay up on the feet. If he's not defending it at all, then maybe you can jump gilly. I think you can get back to your feet quite easily. But, you know, probably not the move. Just use it as a threat and then, you know, try and keep it on the feet. And for Billy Q, look to wear him out with like volume takedown attempts and look to make it a grappling heavy fight. I think that's the path to victory for you. How I see the fight playing out. So, you know, quite a similar stylistic matchup for Benitez, as he was preparing for Jonathan Pearce in his last fight before he missed weight and the fight got cancelled. And both Jonathan Pearce and Billy Q, they're both guys that like to come forward like a zombie and try and wear you out with like relentless forward pressure and, you know, just get in your face and really try and wear you down. I think the closest simulation you'll get to this fight is the Benitez versus Jason Knight fight, where Jason Knight, he was just trying to pressure Mowgli, but he was taking a lot of damage on the entry when he was trying to get in close, and he was also just getting fucked up at kicking range. And I think the same thing happens here, but with Billy having a little bit more success with the grappling than Jason Knight. I think Benitez is a little bit too sharp and a little bit too dangerous on the feet for you to just crash forward with reckless abandon, and I don't think it's going to bode well for Billy here. Billy's go-to takedown, as I talked about before, is that step-in lead leg trip, but it's just not going to be open for him here because Benitez is a southpaw, and the angle that he needs for that takedown just isn't there because Benitez's lead leg is on the same side as his, so he's going to have to create some weird kind of angle, which he just doesn't really have the agility to do. But also, you know, Benitez's footwork is just much better, and he's going to, you know, he's going to beat you with the lead leg. So it's going to be very hard for Quarantillo to land that takedown. Also, Mowgli is very hard to hold down. If you do even get him down, he's very hard to keep on his back. And Billy often favors like damage over position and control, which allows opponents to get back to their feet. So yeah, even if Billy does get him down, I think Benitez is going to be able to get back to his feet pretty easily. And, you know, now you're back on the feet, and now you're taking damage on the feet again. So, first fight back down at 145 for Benitez. He missed weight in his featherweight fight earlier this year against Jordan Pearce. Probably a tough weight cut. You know, he's trying it again. But you don't want to be depleted or like depriving your organs too badly if you're going to face a guy like Quarantillo, who's just going to come forward. He's not going to stop with his pace, and he's just going to be in your face the whole time. Benitez has never displayed gas tank problems. In fact, he's shown great cardio, but it's just something to think about here. Billy is super tough, and he's really hard to get out of there. I think he's only been finished once in his pro career. I think it was a flush head kick from a southpaw fighter. So, you don't say. Could potentially be on the cards here as well. Alright, so if you guys could like and subscribe, that would be amazing. And it would help me out quite a bit, and it would really help the YouTube algorithm out quite a lot with recommending the channel, so that'd be awesome if you could do that. Thank you. So yeah, I do think Benitez is going to finish Billy Q. I think he's going to finish him in round 2 by TKO. Bets I was looking at was Benitez at $1.60. I think the line right now is perfect. I think they've nailed it. That's where it should be. If I can get Benitez at $1.60 or minus 165, then I'd hit that. If you like Billy Q, I think you'd get a better price after round 1, because I think he's going to definitely lose round 1, get pieced up a little bit. But, you know, after round 1 finishes, that's when Billy Q starts to like switch on. So I think you're going to get a better price than what you're getting at the moment after round 1. But also I'm looking at Benitez inside the distance. If I can get that at $4.60 or plus 360, I'd like that. Probably not going to get that price considering, but Billy is very tough, so maybe they take that into consideration. I'm kind of hoping for, yeah, $4.60 there.